Alright, we are back with another episode of video game reviews, yeah, I took another week off from this last week because, I'm not really going to go into specifics about that, but anyways, we are back after taking last week off, and I'm going to be covering Sonic Superstars this time around. This is a platform game that released on October 17th, 2023 for the Nintendo Switch, the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and of course, Windows PC. And this features side-scrolling gameplay that's similar to that of the Sonic the Hedgehog games that were released for the Sega Genesis during the 1990s, and there are 4 characters that you can play as in this game. There's Sonic, of course, Miles Tails Prower, Knuckles the Echidna, and Amy Rose. And your objective is to complete side-scrolling levels in order to defeat Dr. Eggman and Fang the Hunter. And yeah, as you mentioned, it is a side-scrolling game, you have to go through a series of levels across several zones, presented from a 2.5D perspective in order to defeat Dr. Eggman, who has hired Fang the Hunter and Trip the Sungazer to capture the North Star Island Star Animal so he can build a powerful army. And each of the 4 characters you can play as in this game, they have their own unique abilities. Sonic can roll into a dash after a jump. Tails can fly. Knuckles, of course, can glide and climb. And Amy can attack enemies with a hammer and double jump. And you unlock an additional character, Trip, by completing the main campaign once. And her moveset combines Amy's double jump with Knuckles' climbing. And there are 12 zones of North Star Islands, which house 26 levels, i.e. acts. The number of acts in the zone varies between 1, 2, and 3. And each have different elements like springs, vertical loops, collectible rings that serve as your health, and shield power-ups. Some zones have unique elements like a jungle with vines that the player can grind on, and a futuristic zone where you can transform into a voxel-type creature, and some feature acts exclusive to the selected character. And each act, of course, ends with a boss that the player has to defeat while dodging attacks. And between levels, you can explore a 2D hub world where you get to select a zone and change or customize your character. Now, as a single character, the campaign can take just 4 hours to complete, so pretty short, and about 15 hours is every character. And unlike the previous 2D Sonic games, Superstars does not have lives, so you'll never get the game over. However, completing the main game unlocks a more difficult campaign where Trip is the only playable character. And there are 2 kinds of special stages in Sonic Superstars. The first one is accessed through giant rings in each act, in which the player swings from bubbles between one of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. And each emerald grants the player a power-up ability, such as the ability to swim up waterfalls, or make clones of the chosen character. A 7th provides a character-specific ability, and collecting all 7 emeralds allows you to transform into the character's super form. So, for example, if you were playing as Tails, getting all 7 emeralds would result in you being Super Tails. So that's how that works. And this grants you speed and invincibility at the cost of ring depletion. You can swap enemies from a selection wheel at any time. Players must complete both the main campaign and trips with all the Chaos Emeralds to unlock the last story. In the second special stage, which is accessed by passing checkpoints, the player navigates a rotating maze similar to those from Sonic the Hedgehog in order to collect medals. The campaign supports local multiplayer for up to 4 players who can join or leave at any time, which is a first for the series. And the idea for Sonic Superstars... Oh, no, right, that's the development process. I'm not going to go over that. Now, this game also features a player versus player component, which can be played locally or online, and it also supports cross-platform play. Players create robots to partake in competitions, which include races, battles, collection competitions, and last man standing. The medals collected in the main game serve as currency to purchase parts for customization. And this game was originally announced at Summer Game Fest in June of 2023. And as mentioned, this was released for the Switch, PS4, PS5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. And anyone who had signed up for a Sega newsletter prior to January 31st, 2024 received a downloadable DLC code that unlocks Amy's modern outfit scene from Sonic Adventure onward. And of course, those who pre-ordered the game received a reversible cover, an acrylic display, and a Lego Sonic the Hedgehog themed Eggman skin. And then on February 15th, 2024, a costume based on the character Shadow the Hedgehog was made available as free DLC. Now, I honestly didn't think this game was that bad. I mean, I didn't get to the end, but for what I have played of this, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's in the style classic Sonic. I mean, who doesn't love that? But you will note that there's one key mistake that Sega made with this game. One key mistake. And what do you think that mistake could possibly be? Well, I will tell you. The mistake that Sega made when they released this game was that they released it 3 days before Super Mario Wonder. And not just Super Mario Wonder, Spider-Man 2 also came out on the same day as Wonder did. But in a way, though, I guess the plus of that was that it created some sales competition for that week. Mario vs. Sonic, just like the good old days. Although, I think it's fairly certain who won that event, who won that race. And another mistake Sega made was that in June of this year, Sega accidentally made confidential sales figures available for public viewing. Oops. And those figures revealed that by June 18th of this year, Sonic Superstars had only sold 2.43 million copies. So, yeah. Sales-wise, it was a flop. And, yeah, releasing it 3 days before Super Mario Wonder didn't really help either. As for how many copies Mario Wonder sold when that came out, well, I don't know exactly how many, but I can guarantee you it was a lot more than what Sonic Superstars sold. But yeah, based on the review scores, it seemed like there were some mixed opinions about this game, but I thought it was okay at best. I mean, not a terrible game by any means, but it probably could have been better. And, oh yeah, it also would have helped if they hadn't released it the same week as Mario Wonder. So for that reason, I have to give this game a 6.3 out of 10. Yeah. Anyways, so with that said, that is going to be it for this week's episode. And I will see you all again next time.